that to explain these things, not only to the people, but the council, because a lot of people on council don't understand this stuff.
That's what we're looking for, so what they might be. We're not bright enough to figure these things out.
And the other issue I think we're dealing with here is, you're saying council's got to spend a lot more time on the finances of this village.
And be seen to be spending
and be seen,
quality
okay,
time
right.
on it.
And I can appreciate that.
Esoteric things.
I can appreciate that, and
Right.
but as you have well noted, most of our time is taken up with sidewalks for us to then put as much effort and time into the finances of this village as we are on what I consider the idiotic things that we have to deal with. I don't think, I mean, you guys aren't even willing to put that much time into it, so why would you expect us to? At the same time, I'm not going to come here 40 hours a week, and that's what it's going to take.
Well, Mr. President, I think one of the things that Mr. Belasegi has said is that, we're willing to do.
I don't care what you think about what he says. Let him talk for himself, all right? I really don't care what your interpretation of what he says is.
Well, I think what goes to the heart, Mr. President, is that as an example of you not caring, is that in Mr. Belasegi's presentation to you in last October, the Finance Committee made some exact positive recommendations that were totally ignored by you. As an example, a commission of employee benefits to study and establish competitive positions and identify changes being considered by other communities. Please do this by the first quarter of 2007 is one of their recommendations. Another one, to consider the creation of a pay and benefits board to evaluate and recommend competitive and affordable employee pay and benefits. Develop and recommend a long-term pay and benefits goal and implementation strategies. Fact is those things have been ignored by you. So for you to say is that, oh gee, I have to listen to people talk about sidewalks, it's not their fault. It's your fault for not paying attention to what you knew was coming. So I'm sorry you don't like to hear other people speak. That's your problem.
My concern, Hugh, is it's still, you go figure it out and we'll react to it. It doesn't have the right direction. The vector's not right. It needs to be, my feeling is, for us to feel comfortable doing what we're going to do, if we're going to do it, there needs to be coming from council. This is an issue, please look at it. Because otherwise, it's still left in our hands to just figure out what you want to talk about. And that's still not, I'm not going to be able to motivate a lot of people to put a lot of effort into it because that's an unknown outcome. And we've had 2.5 years of that. And we're a little thin on motivation as a result. It's a fact. And so, there is something about working through the process, and you know, I know Dennis is still frustrated, but the process somehow is wrong about how we go about using the finance community and how we deal with finances in the village. It seems to be a first quarter thing and very little else. And a lot of iterations on the budget which should never happen. It's a complete waste of their time, really. And we need to rethink that process and get to it.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain.
With the thoughts you'd be thinking you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain.
Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I